Today I'm going to show you how to take some of your acorn squash, turn it into a tasty meal that we can freeze dry. If you're like me, you always have a lot of squash left over from last year, but I like growing squash because it's so easy to grow and it stores really well over the winter time. But you kind of get to the point where you don't know what to do with certain things like squash. But we're going to take some things that pair really well with the acorn squash, but they're not unhealthy. This actually just happens to be a really healthy recipe and it's very filling as well. Cut the squash lengthwise. And you want to make sure that your seeds are not super slimy and you want to make sure there's no mold inside. Put these in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Next we're going to brown a half cup of panko breadcrumbs, tablespoon parsley, just a little bit of garlic salt. We're going to take a little bit of vegetable broth. We're going to add 5 to 6 ounces of mushrooms and then 2/3 of a cup of onion. 3 cups of chopped kale, not cooked kale, and we're going to cook the kale until it wilts. 2/3 of a cup of raisins, 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sherry vinegar or rice vinegar, and then very last we're going to put in 2 to 2.5 cups of cooked wild rice. Take a fork, you should be able to poke all the way through it pretty easily, and then we're going to take our rice mixture and fill the cavity of all of this squash. And then we're going to hit the top of these with our breadcrumbs. These are going to go back into the oven. You just want to make sure that you do not overcook them. You just want the squash to be cooked all the way through. And if your squash is all the way done, and just kind of carve out around like you would an avocado or something. So 2 squash fit on a large tray or 4 halves. Throw in the dividers and then that'll kind of divvy it up into servings as well. And then these are ready for the deep freeze. Nice equal portions all frozen together. Our products that you've seen in this video, you can go to freezedryingsupplies.com. Pretty much anything you can think of for accessories. In just 38 short hours, we are all done. I'm gonna take my infrared thermometer. We're just gonna do a quick check, make sure there's no cold spots in it. Now we can tag it and bag it and then put it into our chamber sealer. Well, here's our finished product. Let's take a peek and see what we have, and we'll give it a rehydration and a taste test. And this looks just about perfect. You can't tell it's been freeze dried. It has the same exact texture. And this is a super filling and hearty meal. Lots of good vitamins, lots of good nutrients in here. Doesn't need any kind of sauce. It's not bland like squash usually is. That amount that I just rehydrated was basically half an acorn squash. Really good recipe. I think you're gonna like it.